All right, guys, happy Friday. It's Tylervision, the day that you and I get to spend some time mono-e-mono, one-on-one, just with each other. I like those slippers, by the way. Very nice, very nice. So I don't know if you were like me on the edge of your seat all day long yesterday, waiting for noontime, and then just never happened for the big release of all the Epstein files. Of course, eventually they were released to some non-traditional media, by the way. That's a whole nother conversation. But it turns out really a big nothing burger. 200 pages of stuff that largely everybody already had. So that's got AG Bondi, well, she's a little disappointed, let's put it that way, making demands of Kash Patel at the FBI director. Hey, I want it all. Give me the stuff. There's some whispers that I was reading about that she's blaming one of the FBI heads in New York, in the field office in New York, and asking questions like, what's going on? Who are you protecting? What's the skinny? So she's given Kash Patel, Director Patel, till 8 o'clock this morning. So we're going to talk about that coming up in a little more detail, but that's going to be a very interesting deal. Coming up a little later on here on the guest list, Clutch Coffee's in a brand new partnership with Cheerwine. See what that's all about. And Ruby Red, of course, the Water Bowl will be meeting there, talking about a rather hard conversation to have, and that's when it's time to let go of your fur babies, and it happens to all of us. Any fur parents know what that's like, and so we're going to talk about that coming up as well. A lot of things going on here on the big show the next couple of hours together. All right, so this next story is going to have you asking yourself, are they playing Fear Factor? Environmental officials, get this now, in Florida, a Florida man, they're encouraging residents, get ready for it, to eat the invasive rodent called nutria. The meat is compared to rabbit. Why would you eat a rabbit? I wonder if that other rat, Puxatawny Phil, would be edible. In what world you got to be hungry to go ahead and hunt a rat and cook it up? I mean, would you put it on a skewer? Maybe dice up some vegetables? Some onions, peppers? Rat? It tasted like chicken, maybe. Yeah, I can see that. It's going to be rat hunting season in Florida. I've never been that hungry. No way. I'd eat tofu before that. Honor of the Academy Awards, which, by the way, airs on ABC Columbia at 7 o'clock on Sunday night. Just going to have that right there. Which filmmaker won the most Oscars for Best Director? I mean, the obvious one would be Spielberg. Clint Eastwood made some great stuff. I think it's either going to be Scorsese or Ford. Scorsese or Ford? C or D? I'm going to go with John Ford. Scorsese is the easy answer. Yeah, I'm going to go with Ford. Sometimes I have to think about that. So I don't gamble. Hit me. No, don't hit me. Don't hit me. Yes. No. There you go. There's a QR code on your screen. Pick up your phone. Take a swing at that. It's probably going to be Scorsese. I didn't get a single one right yesterday. So there you go. That's our trivia game. It's also Food News Friday. Or Friday Food News. What are we going to name this segment? Friday Food News. What do you think? Friday Food News or Food News Friday? Friday Food News. All right, there you go, Charles. Friday Food News. If you're hungry, Subway has got a new BOGO deal. It's a foot-long BOGO deal. It ends March 10th. You got about 10 days, 11 days to do this. You get a free foot-long sub with a purchase of another. You got to use the code FLBOGO, foot-long BOGO, I suppose. You've got to, of course, order online or the app, because the whole deal is they want to capture your information. Information is power and money. Now, the deal is on everything but the Beast, the 5-meat Italian, the garlic roast beef. Those don't count for the BOGO, and whatever foot-long sub you get for free has to be less than the one you actually purchased, just FYI. And Baskin-Robbins, this sounds really good, by the way, a new chocolate chip cheesecake ice cream. Are you kidding me? Chocolate chip cheesecake ice cream. It's cheesecake, chocolate, and chocolate flavored ice cream blended with chocolate chips, cheesecake pieces, cookie crumb swirls. It can also be put in a milkshake or any other ice cream flavor. Baskin-Robbins. I can get behind that as well. Super yummy. Today's going to be a good day. Now, it's going to be warm enough where if you get an ice cream, you got to eat it fast. What's the deal with pandas and bamboo? Pretty good Jerry Seinfeld, right? Well, scientists in China believe they have found the answer. I know it's been keeping you awake at night, although they have a similar digestive system to other bears. Pandas are most entirely vegetarian and mostly eat bamboo. Why? Well, researchers say the answer lies in the bamboo itself. When pandas eat it, they absorb genetic material from it. It's called a microRNA, which can influence their senses of smell and taste, and it makes it easier for them to find the freshest and most nutritious bamboo. The microRNA also affects the growth, behavior, and biological rhythms of the pandas. They still have to spend about 16 hours a day eating to keep up with their carnivorous cousins. So carnivorous. I feel like I'm in an English class in 2nd grade. What in the world? Bamboo. All right. I didn't know panda bears didn't really eat people. I'm not going to go pet one, but they like to eat bamboo. That makes sense, though. I'm glad there's a lot of study in that, why they like a good bamboo. You know, it'd be terrible. You know, you get bamboo up your fingernails. Wasn't that like an old torture, like an old interrogation thing? Shove bamboo up your fingernails. Tell me who did it. Tell me who did it. I'm going to shove bamboo up there. You know, tell you what, how about you just go in the room with a panda bear? I bet you could get a confession pretty quick then. Just an idea. Oh, if I only ran the world. Dare to dream. Dare to dream. All right, trivia time. Which filmmaker has won the most Oscars for Best Director? Yes, John Ford. 4 wins. 50% of y'all got it. I got lucky that time. You know, blind squirrel nut theory. Whew, it's going to be a fun hour. Ruby Red's pet Karen's in. We're going to talk about that terrible day when you have to say goodbye to your fur baby, and a new partnership with Clutch Coffee and Cheerwine. That sounds super tasty as well. Speaking of tasties, you know that some of the things we eat can take some serious time off our lives? It's true. It turns out if you drink a sugar-sweetened soft drink, it can shorten your life by 12 minutes. That's what they say. Chicken wings can cut off 3.5 minutes. Cured meats like prosciutto could cost you 24 minutes of your life. I don't know how they determine that. I mean, who knows what time you're going to die. Hot dogs are the worst offenders, though. Turns out for every hot dog, it can take 30 minutes off a healthy life. 36 minutes, excuse me. What is a guy like Joey Chestnut going to do? I mean, good gracious. Now, the good news is this. There is always some good news. It turns out you can actually eat things to extend your life, too. A banana will give you 13.5 minutes extra life. Again, that's what they say. If you swap out 10% of your daily calories of processed meats and go with fruits, veggies, and legumes, and even nuts, it can add 48 minutes to your life. So there you go. Have some fruits, veggies, legumes, and then plow down a few hot dogs. I don't know why I'm not a nutritionist. I feel like I'd give fantastic advice. Now, I'm sure you've all heard the phrase during a breakup, I hope we can still be friends. Well, you might want to consider a few things before taking her up on that offer. Well, for people that lack common sense, exes are exes for a reason. Yeah, they're an ex for a reason. You always forget that, right? It's easy to kind of like remember the good stuff, like, you know, maybe we should get back together. Never a good idea. Especially when you hear the clickety-clack of hooves and you smell sulfur in the air. You know she's coming down the hall. No, thank you. What do you think? I mean, I'd like to think you could be. Why can't you be an adult? All right, it didn't work out. It's okay. Not everything works. You know, be an adult. Shake hands. Go about it. I'm going to put that up. I'm going to put that on social media. So I'm going to put a poll out there. Can you be friends with an ex? Yes or no? Or is that just something you say? You know, like I said earlier, maybe it's to soften the blow so you don't feel quite as bad. Maybe less guilt. Hey, listen, we can still be friends. Yeah. No, you know what? I just go with the old standby. It's not me, it's you. Yeah, it's definitely you. On average, how many first dates do people go on throughout their lifetime? It's going to be C or D. I would think 7 to 15 minimum. I mean, first dates, you gotta try a bunch, right? I mean, I guess if you find love at first sight, I suppose, but I would think the majority of people, I mean, you definitely, and that's why you go to a buffet, isn't it? You don't just have the macaroni and cheese. You try a bunch of stuff. See what you like. QR code's on the screen. Pick up your phone. Take a click on that. Take a guess. 1 to 3, 4 to 6, 7 to 15. I'm going big or go home. I mean, if you do it right, you can start swiping right all day long. You do 15 in a week. What was that movie, 50 First Dates? See? It's the whole premise. Back in the day when I was dating, I used to have a callus on my index finger. That's another story for another day. Oh, take a look. This is like an iguana? Is it a bearded dragon? I don't know what that thing is. It's cute though. All right, so of course, whenever there's big things happening like elections, everybody always says, I'm moving out of the country. Somebody's gonna say it. Seldom do they. But there are some places when people decide to go ahead and move out of the country that they're heading to. And it's not always just because you don't like whoever's, the elected officials are. Healthcare is a big draw, different to move to different countries. Sometimes it's cuisine. Sometimes it's just money. So the number one places that Americans want to move, not that they are, but they want to, Canada. I don't know why everybody wants to go to Canada. I don't understand. The people say, free healthcare, but the thing is you have to be a Canadian citizen. You don't just walk in the door and go to the doctor. That's not how that works in Canada. And it certainly won't be when they're number 51. Italy. Hey, who doesn't want to go to Italy? Tuscany. It sounds beautiful. England. Cheery old England. Australia is number 4 on the list of where people want to go. France, Ireland, Switzerland. Be some great skiing. Costa Rica I can get behind. Costa Rica, if I'm gonna bail, I'm gonna head someplace tropical, y'all. Costa Rica would be nice. And Scotland, I could speak like a leprechaun all day long. If I moved to Scotland, I could. I'd dye my hair red and wear a kilt full time. That would be fun, actually. And Germany on the list. So there you go. Here's the list. If you're gonna go, go. But go to these places. They're fun. All right, y'all. Lindsay, I'm speaking to you. Are you a Taylor Swift super fan? Well, if so, here's something that all super Swifties need to know. Listen up. There's a company selling vanity phone numbers inspired by the Eras Tour singer, Swiftie. It's going for $5,700. Her priciest phone number costs about $1,000 more than that. The others go for between $335 and $4,500. I don't understand. I guess I get the Swiftie, a vanity number, but what in the world? I mean, let's see. I wonder if I could get 1-803 Bon Jovi. That'd be fun. Oh, Swiftie. Curious fact. $5,000 for a vanity phone. Just go to Google Voice and get it yourself for free. As if I need the energy drink, but I'm going to try that as well in a couple of minutes.
That one's my favorite.
Which one's that?
The energy.
All right, give me that.
It's so good.
I'm so rude. Give me that. All right, guys. We're going to put details at abccolumbia.com. Get involved. It's certainly, I love the mission to community. Oh, it's so thick. Ooh, and juicy. How many first dates does the average person go on in their lifetime? 1 to 3. 66% of people said 6. 33% said 7 to 15, and nobody said 1 to 3. I would have thought it was going to be the other one. Guys, I'm out of here. Yeah, be good to each other. See you back here at noon.